What is up, guys? It is KikiZilla101 here yet again, and welcome back to Kiki and Coffee, the show where we casually talk about stuff and put in as minimal effort as possible while we drink coffee. So grab your coffee, tea, or other preferred beverage, and let's get straight into the video. Now, this is empty, and that's because I went to work this morning. Before I went to work, I had a cup of coffee, because I worked like 6 hours, and when I came back, I had another cup of coffee because I wanted to make sure I stayed awake and all alive so I could get some stuff done today, since I had a shorter day at work today. And then this package arrived, and I don't feel like having any more coffee. But this is Kiki and Coffee, so we gotta have coffee, otherwise it's just not Kiki and Coffee. That's the namesake of the show. So we're gonna do something really stupid, and kind of entertaining today. So this is actually the K-Cup that I used for my second cup of coffee after I got back from work. The K-Cup has some, like, coffee bits ground up in it. We're just gonna shove some of that in my mouth real quick. Oh, that is so not meant to be eaten that way. It's not, like, awful. It's really dry. And, doesn't feel right. It just doesn't feel right. Okay, with that out of the way. So we got a box here. This has got a couple things in it. And, obviously, like the title of the video says, we're going to be talking about our collection today. Or my collection. It's been highly requested for me to do another collection video. I have a lot of stuff to update, and I figured this is the perfect way to do it, because one of the things inside this box is actually right here. Flanica USA. They're what do you call them? Acrylic shelf risers. Spino Dude has a bunch of these on his shelves. They make them look great, and so I wanted to get some so I could display figures on multiple levels. So we have some small ones here. 3 different sizes of small ones. That's interesting. 3 different sizes of small ones as well. A bunch of these bigger ones. I'm going to use these on the shelf. Hopefully give it a lot more room to display a bunch of stuff. And so I'm going to rearrange the stuff before you guys actually see it. So that'll be my excuse for making a collection video, because, like, that's one of the things I got in the box. By the way, all this stuff I got a $50 gift card from the people at work. They really appreciated me covering a lot of stuff at work. And so they gave me a $50 gift card, and it was really nice of them. That's where I got all this stuff. I got a $50 gift card on Amazon, and so I got those because I needed those for a long time, and then I got this. There's a limited amount of things I can get on Amazon, even more limited amount of things that I can get for a good price on Amazon that you can't get, like, better prices elsewhere. I was thinking about getting a PNSO figure. The ones I really wanted were just too expensive for the $50 gift card, and I can get it cheaper on, like, other places, so I was gonna just get it there. I was thinking about getting PNSO minis, decided not to. As much as I was, like, really wanting the Nemiclopterus for a while, wasn't genuinely excited about it. I wanted to get something I was excited about. So I ended up going to Papo, and I almost got the Papo Gorgosaurus, but yet again, same thing. I'm just not genuinely excited about it. There's a lot of things I kind of have, like, I'm sure I'll warm up to it like I did with the Ceratosaurus, but it's got the same problems as the Ceratosaurus, where it's got, like, really stubby proportions and stuff, and I just wasn't that excited. There was one other Papo figure I was more excited for, and that's this, the Papo Acro. I've been wanting an Acro for so long. I think they look awesome, and I've been wanting one for way too long, and I'm like, screw it. I got, like, 50 bucks. Free. Let's just do it. There's no better time to get a figure that I likely would take a lot more time and thought to putting my own, like, hard-earned money into. I got the newer repaint version, even though I kind of think that the other one's better. I just thought this would be a little bit more interesting. Unfortunately, the colors are very dulled down on this, but hey, it came in one piece. That's pretty awesome. The head looks incredible. I love the head sculpt. And Acro is one of my top 10 favorite carnivorous dinosaurs, and I really wanted a good figure to represent it. I'm not really satisfied with the Safari one because it's just so stubby in proportions. And don't get me wrong, this one is too, but at least this one has an accurate Acrocanthosaurus skull, or at least more accurate, I should say. And I kind of like the dynamics of the pose. Wow, that is really cool. I was expecting the tail to be a little bit longer. It's a little short, but yeah, that looks good. I like it. So we're not going to waste too much time on this. you guys will get to see this one a little bit more up close when we actually get around to the collection video. I'll show you guys how this guy looks on the shelf. Alright, so I've redone my shelf. This is just my little bulldog calendar from December of 2018 that has just not been taken down. So I've rearranged most of the stuff on this side. The other side isn't going to change too much if you've seen the last video. Now I still want this corner bend to be all the ceratopsians from Safari, like so I can display all the different head shapes and stuff at some point. But for right now, since I don't have that many, I decided to scoot them back. So I put the trike back here, and the other ceratopsians are kind of all going here, and then we have the T-Rex still with the Triceratops. I think they just look cool. We have Kate the Carcharodontosaurus back there. We have a it's less organized now. You'll find figures that they're not as organized as they were before, and that's mostly just because I just really kind of just want to put things wherever I feel like it, and so it's just going to be kind of a slow transition. And the main reason I haven't done like a super rehaul of the whole thing yet is because I want to get more shelf risers before I do that. So I put the Prestasuchus and the Coelophysis next to each other because I think that's really cool. It's kind of like, you know, Postasuchus and Coelophysis. We have the Dimetrodon right here. Yet again, the same general rules apply, that I want to focus on what figures I like the most and what I want to display. So that just kind of works in general of like everything now. It's not just at the front, because other things at the back can now be displayed by being elevated, such as these two. You have the Diplodocus back there, and I put a couple small shelf risers underneath its feet, and there's another couple small shelf risers underneath the Giga right there. And so they're nice and elevated, and I can see them now. They're not hidden behind everything, which is really great. We have the Eophonic Giga right there, and we have the Steg and the Aloe with each other, and the Chimera right there. So that's all pretty cool. We moved the little Pianoso minis right here. I just have 3 of them, so we just moved them there because soft space that's kind of would need smaller things to just kind of go there in that space so they don't block anything in the background. The only one that is kind of getting abused is this criminally underrated Edmontosaurus that's getting criminally shoved to the back. I do recognize that's a very underrated figure, and I do quite like it in many ways, but at the same time I'm not super excited about it, and that's the only really way I could fit it in there. So those two rarer safari figures like the feathered Juvenile Rex and the Suchomimus. Wildlife Wonders Moose, who's just sitting here and just towering above everything. We have the wolf right next to it because I felt like displaying them right next to each other. The Suchomimus I'm not that huge of a fan of, but it just fit there, so it's there. Now this is really cool because I focused a lot of my marine stuff, or pretty much all of my marine stuff except some of the Carnegie stuff, right here. So we have the Plesiosuchus right there and the Elasmosaurus right there, and those guys are actually on a shelf riser underneath a shelf riser, so they can like kind of sit there, and the Elasmosaurus is dangling his head out. The Gorgosaurus is kind of nudging his head there, but that's just because like he doesn't stand well, so he's kind of propped up against there, and then the Weedy Sea Dragon is propped up against him. And we have Draco back there. We have the Anzu. We have the Tapejara that's just kind of sitting on the top, or the Tupandactylus, I should say, that's on the top of the Chronosaurus, which I still want to be at the front. We have the Vaquita right there as a marine animal. We have Dunk. We have the Anostrancevia, which I just fit there, and the Nyctosaurus, which is pretty cool, and you know, you can consider it a marine animal since it was supposed to be flying all the time. We have just a really cool little Cenozoic shelf up here, just like the main things I wanted to focus on, which is the Daeodon, the Gastornis, the Hyenodon, and the Macrocania, which are like some of my favorites of the Cenozoic stuff I own. And then just because they fit there and it was small spaces, I put the Harpy Eagle and the Stellar Sea Eagle, Bald Eagle repaint there. That's just like a nice little shelf. And we do still have Spino Dudes drawings for me up here. I haven't gotten any more of them yet. I should be getting some more relatively soon, so that'll be fun. Then right here is probably my proudest part. A big shelf riser right there, and it's separating all of the parental and just like older style Safari Wild stuff with the babies. And this is the one collection I'm still gonna try to complete. Like I don't know if you guys know, some of you guys probably do, but my new philosophy on collecting is I don't want to just like do a completist collection. I just want to get stuff I really like or that I'm using for Mesozoic Isle. That's my other exception. And so yeah, I'm just kind of focusing on that stuff. A lot of this stuff on here I'm not a huge fan on right now, but I don't, you know, they'll eventually get cycled out as I get things I like more and whatnot. But this is one collection I do want to complete, just as my like representation of how big of a Safari fan I am and how much it's meant to me over my entire life. And I have such a large baby and parent collection already that I really would like to complete it. I'm only missing the baby Pteranodon, I'm missing the baby Allosaurus, and both the adult and baby Hypacrosaurus. And I would like to get the adult color variant of that Triceratops if I ever get the chance. I do have the brown version, but I don't have the blue one. If I ever get my hands on that one, that would be nice, but I'm not gonna die if I don't. Well, actually, another one I'm missing is the Brontosaurus adult. I would like to get a hold of that one as well. So yeah, I'm almost done with that. I would like to complete that collection, and we do actually have mini shelf risers on the back just to kind of make sure that the back ones are being seen a little better, and we have the Pteranodon up there riding, and we have the, since I'm taking advantage of those bendy wire wings, that one's all broken, all those wings. This newer one is a little bit better off, so I just bent it and put it into place there. We have the Quetzal still sitting on the Carnegie Apatosaurus. We have some of the Safari wild stuff bleeding into here. That Nigersaurus is still one of my favorite Safari figures, and that's not going away anytime soon, even though it is an older figure. I just love that thing. I think it's really great. We have the little Carnegie Iguanodon hiding back there. This Carnegie shelf will be redone once I get more shelf risers, and I'm definitely going to be compacting this a lot more. For the most part, they're just exactly the same as in the last collection video. Up here is the big Brachy and the Maiasaur, my Maiasaur set. That's, if you guys want to see my top 10 favorite Carnegie figures, then go in the top right corner of the screen right now. And yeah, so here we have a repainted Carnegie Trike for Mesozoic Isle by Spino Dude, and we have the 3 favorite co Trikes that have been repainted, and we have the normal favorite co Trike and the normal favorite co Styracosaurus, Papo Styracosaurus back there, which is just hiding because I'm not that really big of a fan of it. But yet again, all this stuff will get shelf risers like that. I plan to have shelf risers going across the entire thing, and that will really help to like show off more of it. And so we have the Acro right here. All the Papo stuff is basically the same. The only thing different with this Aloe is it's got this the Moodstone I got from California from Caesar's mom. Really appreciate that. It still means a lot, and I have it dangling in front of my or just above my computer so I can see it all the time. This is hanging from the Aloe, which is actually still my favorite Papo figure. This is definitely one of my new favorite Papo figures. I love this Acro so much. It's so cool. So yeah, it's right at the front, right next to the Stratosaurus. So some of my 3 favorite Papo figures right there. Got the nice Papo Raptor. Got the Roaring Rex, love that figure. Got a lot of these, I got the corpse still underneath the Roaring Rex and the corpse underneath the Torvo. And so a lot of cool stuff going on here. A lot of jumbled stuff at the back you can take a peek at. The 2 repainted figures back there. I still need to spray seal them. We have the Schleich Psittacosaurus just squeezed underneath the Vitae Giga there to kind of help prop him up just so he doesn't warp over time. He's not necessarily warping bad, it's just like I just want to kind of prevent it. But yeah, I think that's really cool. I love that Vitae Giga. It's still my second favorite figure in my entire collection. My first is still Bone Crusher, who goes right here. His tail goes back that way and his feet are right there and he dangles off. But obviously I removed that so you guys can't see that. Kayakasaurus is Protocast's Allosaurus that he repainted for me. Love that thing. It's also got this little repainted skull that he gave for me that I'm propping it up with. So yeah, we have a little bag of Bone Crushers, little goodies that Kayakasaurus made for me alongside him, like a bunch of bones and stuff like that. So that's pretty cool. We have the 2 Carnegie Prime Condition figures. They're both brand new and mint, and I really like them over there. I'm definitely gonna have to display them better somewhere else with the other Carnegie stuff once I get shelf risers. Anyways, my storage is about to run out. Also, these are my little tags and my Safari booklet and stuff like that. I have a little tag collection and my little Good Luck minis from Safari. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope you guys it was fulfilling to those of you who wanted to see my collection. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section below. Let me know if you want any other videos, any other types of requests that you guys have for me to show off, and I'll try to get to those as soon as I can. So thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Bye-bye.